Hey guys, it's Dr. Justin Marcagiani here. Today we're going to do a video on heavy metal detox and why it can sometimes be a bad thing to do. Before we do that, please smash that like button, really helps. Let me know your experience in the comment section below with doing heavy metal detoxification. Really appreciate it. And feel free and share the video with family and friends. All right, let's dive in. So heavy metal detoxification, what is it? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let's dive in. So I give you my clinical experience. So a lot of people who are inflamed, they have poor digestion, maybe they're not eliminating, going to the bathroom every day, they're more constipated, they're not breaking down their food, there's hormonal stress. They find out they have some level of heavy metals, right? Should we go after and detoxify heavy metals? Well, the answer I would say is heavy metals are a stress on your body and they can be even more stressful to eliminate from your body. So my general recommendation is get your body healthier so you can eliminate those metals. The only exception would be maybe some kind of some kind of an acute heavy metal exposure. Maybe the only exception. I don't know, a mercury thermometer dropped and you picked it up and you touched it on your skin, or you got exposed to something at a lab, or you got some mercury fillings removed and you're doing some kind of a detoxification program with that. Again, I would always say get your heavy metal fillings, mercury fillings removed later on by a biologically trained dentist and not all at once. But we really have to get our bodies healthy because one of the biggest things, we got to get inflammation down. Our body's going to detoxify and deal with stress better when inflammation is lower. So diet has to be good. Number two, we have to be breaking down our protein, our amino acids, our B vitamins, because all those nutrients run our methylation, our detoxification pathways, sulfation, glucuronidation, glutathione conjugation. These are all B vitamin, antioxidant, and sulfur amino acid based. So if we don't have good digestion, we're not absorbing and breaking down our amino acids, we're going to have problems. We're not going to be able to eliminate and make the most powerful antioxidants to run our phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification system, which are our cytochrome P450 oxidase pathways. We need these good nutrient pathways to be moving. Also, we need to be hydrating. We need to be drinking a lot. We need to be moving. We need to be doing things to help support our body. So my general recommendation with patients is to get your diet dialed in, get inflammation better, get your hormones stable. Hormones are powerful anti-inflammatories as well. So if your hormones aren't stable, you're not going to have good anti-inflammatory reserves from your adrenals to back you up. So you really need to make sure that's dialed in. And then we also need to have good elimination. A lot of metals are going to be removed via the hepatobiliary system. That's liver, gallbladder, dumping it out back in your intestinal tract and then going out to the stool. So if we don't have good elimination, good motility, if we have SIBO or bacterial overgrowth or increase in beta-glucuronidase, we could be reabsorbing a lot of these toxins, actually making us sicker. So we have to make sure our digestion, elimination, liver, gallbladder function works great. So if you're coming in there, your digestion's not great, your hormones aren't great, you're thinking, hey, I'm going to just detoxify, that could be a problem. Or if you're like, hey, I got some silver amalgam, which are really mostly mercury fillings, I want to get them removed. Well, number one, choose a biologically trained dentist, number one. Two, don't get them removed all at once. And three, get healthier before you do it. It's always a big mistake when patients come in and they start removing fillings and doing that stuff before they are ready. The only exception will be some kind of an acute exposure that may make more sense. But even then, we have to take precautions. All right, guys, it's Dr. J here. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Now, when I remove heavy metals, we're going to use different things like DMPS. We're going to use different binders as well, always kind of a push-catch approach. If you're doing special chelation compounds to mobilize it, whether it's glutathione, whether it's a DMPS to grab it as well, we also want good binders to help catch it so it doesn't get reabsorbed. Our biggest consequence when mobilizing metals is we mobilize it, right? It's like, let me just think of an analogy here on the fly. It's like you take the couch cushion, right? You wring it out, right? All the dust goes everywhere. But if you don't have the ability to sweep that dust up, then you actually make your house more dirty because that dirt was under that rug or under that cushion nicely tucked away. Now it's all out in the open. People are walking through it. They're moving it around, right? Now you can breathe it in. So you got to make sure if you mobilize some dirt in your home, you have to have that broom and dustpan to sweep it up. So it's the same kind of thing with metals. We use different binders, whether it's activated charcoal, fulvic minerals, zeolite, bentonite clays, and or modified citrus pectins are really great binders to help clean these things up. Chlorella as well. especially with mercury in the stomach. So you really have to have good binders. You have to have good sulfur amino acid, good glutathione support, good antioxidant support, good natural anti-inflammatory support from your hormones. All of those are really important. And of course, if you're a woman listening, you don't want to be trying to get pregnant while you're mobilizing a whole bunch of heavy metals. Those kind of things go without saying. And of course, there's gentle ways too, just getting your digestion up and drinking more water. Even though we're not doing technically a heavy metal detox, we're still getting our detoxification pathways better. So just by getting healthier, you are going to be eliminating metals as well. So keep that in mind. It's not like, oh, you have to take this heavy metal detox support product to start detoxifying. Yes, you'll do it more and in a punctuated fashion, but you are going to be mobilizing and detoxifying in a more gentle way when you get healthier, which is a great side benefit of being healthy. And you can also do things like infrared sauna, where you're mobilizing and pulling things out through your skin, which is very helpful. Just make sure you're using a really good soap that'll break that, the fatty film on your skin, because if you go into a sauna and all that sweat and metals are on your skin and you don't soak it, wipe it off with a good towel or shower it off with a good soap to break up that resistance, you're going to reabsorb it back in your skin. That's a problem. So you got to make sure you flush it off really good. And using a good high quality infrared sauna, I know sunlight and a combination of a near and far infrared that penetrates deep to pull that up is going to be very helpful at eliminating metals kind of via the skin, which gives you a large surface area to get those metals removed. So again, this is Dr. J. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you have hormone issues, female hormone issues, progesterone issues, low cortisol, low DHEA, you want to get your hormones dialed in because they help you deal with the stress in detoxification. They actually help your detoxification pathways, and they're also going to help you be able to be more resistant to the stress of removing these metals. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Thumbs up, comments down below. If you want to work with myself, feel free to click below. There's a link where you can schedule with myself and my colleagues where we're happy to help you all over the world. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Let me see if there's any questions I can answer on the topic. What do you think about trisomal glutathione, a combination of reduced S-acetyl and NAC in a liquid form? It sounds good. I mean, NAC is great. I like reduced. I like S-acetyl, so all that's good. Very good. If nebulized glutathione at night, when's the best time to take a binder? At night's totally fine. I mean, your liver, gallbladder is dumping a bunch of metals or toxins supposedly at night, according to the Chinese medicine clock. So having some binders in your system when you dump that could be helpful to kind of bind it up so it's sequestered and not kind of remobilizing in the body. That's good. Is there a good way to tell it through the O test if your digesting/elimination is optimal? I mean, the best thing is you can just take some beets or some activated charcoal and see inside of 20-24 hours if you're moving that out. That's a pretty good way to tell. If you're moving your bowels every day and at least 12 inches of stool and you're drinking clean water and your diet's good and your bowel motility is good with that kind of a transit time test, you're probably fine there as well. All right, very good, very good. And then all roads lead to the liver, so coffee enemas are a game changer. It just depends. Coffee enemas are a very acute way of causing your liver and gallbladder to dump. So it just depends upon how toxic you are and how sick you are. You may need to do that, which is kind of a way of getting the body to increase glutathione. It causes the liver and gallbladder to dump acutely, and then you obviously kind of get off that fetal position. You stand up and you eliminate everything out your rectum and anus, and it goes in the toilet, right? That's kind of the benefit of that. It's a more acute way of dumping toxins. So again, if you need it because you're really sick, that could be a good option. Most people are going to be able to do my method and just do a lot of the things I talk about, and you may not need to do coffee enemas unless you're sicker. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Links below. Feel free to reach out. You know how to get a hold of me. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and have a phenomenal day.